this is going to be my face for most of this. It's not like I'm going to be laughing out loud or getting excited about action scenes or anything. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first video, then thank you for stopping by. If you've seen a previous video, then thank you for coming back. So today we're finally going to do it. We are going to watch Schindler's List. This has been recommended by so many of you in the comments of the previous videos, and I need to give a special shout out to Just Smashing, who has been patiently waiting for weeks and weeks, especially for this video, so I've moved it to the top of the list just for you. Now this video might come out a little bit later than anticipated because work's been particularly busy, and at 3 hours 15 this is going to be an absolute beast to edit. As a rough guide, it takes me 4 times the length of the film. I mean, a 3-hour film, that's going to take me 12 hours straight. No breaks, no sleep, no toilet, no nothing. So they do take a long time to edit, so obviously bear with me on that front. So Schindler's List, I thought it was a film about a guy called Schindler who had a list, funnily enough. It was like a kill list, so it was a list of people that he was killing. I don't know whether it was like important people or just a general list of civilians that he was going to kill. So I was trying to avoid a lot of the synopsis and the spoilers and things like that. But I had a quick Wikipedia just to double check if it was based on a true story or not. My screen here says it is based on a true story of Oscar Schindler. When you look on Wikipedia, it says it's based on a fictional novel called Schindler's Ark. So as soon as I saw that, I kind of assumed then that it is a list of people that the Schindler guy is saving, not actually killing. I know that it stars Liam Neeson, and I believe it's all in black and white. There is something to do with the girl in the red jacket. I don't know if that's like a theme through the whole film where they only highlight the red, or if it's just a marketing thing, but that's obviously quite an iconic piece of this film, very recognisable. Came out in 1993. I actually thought it was a lot later than that, so that's quite interesting. Apart from that, I'm not really too sure exactly what's going to happen in the film itself. Obviously it's based around the war, and I imagine around the concentration camps. It says it's a true story how businessman Oscar Schindler saved over 1,000 Jewish lives from the Nazis while they worked as slaves in his factory during World War II. It's interesting that he saved them from the Nazis whilst they worked as slaves. Like, surely they shouldn't be slaves if you're saving them. I don't know, but we're going to find out. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so the cinematography should be absolutely epic. He does amazing long tracking shots and sort of moves the camera from place to place, which is always really, really good to see on screen. So from that point of view, that's going to be amazing. Also, guys, as you might have noticed, that we are at around 945 subs. So if we can just get another 55, that'll put us at the 1,000 mark, and we can open up all of those features. So if you do like the video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, leave in the comments any trivia, anything you want to add. That's always really good to learn new things from the comment section. And the only other thing I've got to say is I'm dead inside, and I don't do fake reactions. So don't expect me to be bawling my eyes out over this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but if you want that, then it's going to be something like E.T. or Watership Down. If you've seen Watership Down, the original, then yeah, you'll know. So let's just jump straight into it and see what we're in for. So when I worked in America, I actually worked on a Jewish camp, like in a Jewish summer camp, and we did a lot of these sort of Jewish ceremonies and things, and I don't recognize this one, so I'm guessing this is some kind of special ceremony, maybe like a funeral or something. Oh, that's cool, how it goes from color to black and white as the candle goes out. September 1939, the German forces defeated the Polish army in 2 weeks. Wow. Jews were ordered to register all family members and relocate to major cities. More than 10,000 Jews from the countryside arrived in Krakow. It doesn't feel very Spielbergian.
No.
It's quite art housey. They must be sisters. It's very reminiscent of the old 1940s films. It's got like an art student feel to it. So I guess Liam Neeson is going to be Schindler then. The National Socialist Party.
Here, do you know who that man is?
I don't know.
I remember when you could smoke in a pub. Decades ago now. He almost looks like he's admiring it. Okay, today's bit of trivia. Hugo Boss was actually the guy who designed the Nazi uniforms.
Bring them over a round of drinks. You can say they are from me.
Yeah, I recognise this music. It's very ballroomy. They must have used it in something else as well.
Find out who he is.
Yes, sir.
He looks like a bit of a charmer.
What are you doing? You'd leave a woman alone at a table in a place like this? Sweetheart.
The accent's not really doing it for me.
Fragrance, you're breaking my heart. An extra chair, please. Come to the table, girls. Drink.
He's very interested in the German guys, isn't he?
Who is that man?
That's Oscar Schindler.
Everybody's very interested in him. But then everybody knows who he is. Oh, they cutting his little things off. What do you call those little, the little hair braid things? I don't know if I should see if there's subtitles, because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, that didn't work. That went a bit tits up.
To tell you, sir, I'm a Jew. Well, I'm a German. So there we are.
I'm a German, so there we are.
I'm sure we'll do just fine.
There's a cool dynamic of Liam Neeson standing up and this guy sitting down. They got a power dynamic. They use a similar thing in the introduction sequence for Minority Report.
What community? Jews can no longer own businesses.
They wouldn't own it. I'd own it. I'd pay them back in product, pots and pans.
They'd put up all the money.
Hey, is that Ben Kingsley? That looks like Ben Kingsley. Whoa. I'm going to have to check that at the end. It's an interesting poster.
Hello.
It's illegal to buy or sell anything on the street.
Nice things cost money. We're going to need some other things too as things come up.
March the 20th, 1941, deadline for entering the ghetto. Edict 4491 establishes a closed Jewish district south of the Vistula River. Residency in the walled ghetto is compulsory. All Jews from Krakow and surrounding areas. Okay, so basically they've been segregated into an area. For those of you who think I react like a robot, this is going to be my face for most of this reaction video. It's not like I'm going to be laughing out loud or get excited about action scenes or anything.
This is obviously the right place. How are you doing?
That's pretty bad, isn't it? You get a lot of that in society now where people are conditioning and brainwashing their kids. Definitely shouldn't be using kids to do stuff like that. That guy with the razor in the mirror, that is like such European, like 40s, 50s French art house cinema. There'll be a close-up of an eye and a cigarette at some point.
It could not be better.
How on earth could it possibly be worse?
It's a nice contrast between the different conditions.
What's this? The Judenrat is its own police now, Pobek. Maybe I could put in a good word for Juden as superiors.
Your superiors?
You look like a clown, you know.
He's a very important man. Just sit down and listen. Please, sir.
Trade goods. That's the only currency that'll be worth anything in the ghetto. Things have changed, my friend. Forget the whole thing. Get out.
Okay, I laughed. There's so many shots of Liam Neeson where they just like a section of his face. Very film noir.
The Jews
themselves receive nothing. Also, he's asking for 10 healthy women for the... Bring your sister, okay?
The music's very industrial, like you know, like mechanical and like the wheels are in motion of all this stuff going on, constantly moving.
Then you'll get a blue card, a Blauschein, to say that you are an essential worker. I'll get these papers.
No way. So she's got to get papers to say that she's an essential worker. I feel like there's going to be a lot of parallels between this and what's going on at the moment.
I teach history and literature. Since when it's not essential.
Yeah, they want to ban history.
He's 53 years old. It's too new.
I'm a metal polisher.
It's crazy how they consider polishing metal as as an essential job, but not being a teacher.
Take the round sheet of tin.
I have 10 work permits here for the Deutsche Enamelfabriken sign.
We don't really know a lot of the backstory for Schindler yet, do we?
Moses is a skilled metal worker. He asks you, allow me just to represent you and speak for you. Don't say a word.
See, this is very Spielberg. He always has something going on in the background. He's just not interested now. She's the one that gets stuff done.
I don't know how. They're all so qualified.
You have to choose.
Big smile.
I was going to say all of them.
The real rarities, oranges, lemons, pineapples. Need several boxes of Cuban cigars, the best. And dark unsweetened chocolate.
See, he's got so much money already. I want to know where it came from.
Fully operational status.
He's doing the gift baskets like Michael Scott.
Utilizing only the most modern equipment. See attached list and available colors.
The way the woman was hidden in the background there, I feel like that's going to come up in the future.
And looking forward to a long and mutually prosperous association, Oskar Schindler.
Yeah, she's there again.
My father was fond of saying you need three things in life. A good doctor, a forgiving priest, and a clever accountant.
Oskar, who is it?
Mrs. Schindler.
I'm getting kind of feels from him, the way he's like a socialite that interacts with all these powerful people and kind of like works his way into different scenarios.
My father, at the height of his success, to make money for me.
Okay, so now we know where he got his money from.
I won't soon forget the name Schindler here, I can tell you that.
If you notice, the camera is very often lower than he is to like make him seem bigger and more intimidating and overpowering.
Promise me, Oskar, no dual man or maitre d' will ever presume I'm anyone other than Mrs. Schindler.
So I guess he wasn't up for that then. He's a bit of a pimp.
I could try to read this, or I could eat my lunch while it's still hot. Any reason to think next month will be worse?
The war could end. There is a machinist outside who would like to thank you personally for giving him a job.
You're welcome. I'm sure you're doing a great job.
I'm trying to work out whether he's already planned that he's going to be saving all of these people, or if it's like a character arc and he's going to have a change of heart halfway through the film and then decide to save everybody. It's really hard to tell right now what his motives are.
That's great. Thanks.
God bless you.
So he doesn't seem very interested in the Jewish people at the moment.
By the way, don't ever do that to me again. Did you happen to notice that that man had one arm?
What's his use?
Very useful.
Jeder nimmt sich eine und dann wird die Straße gereinigt. We'll be late for work.
Okay, I don't have any subtitles on. I don't know if they're supposed to be subs, but I don't know what they're saying. So if I miss anything, that's why. I mean, I get the general gist of what's going on, but I'm not sure if they're supposed to be subs for the German parts.
Juice, shoveling snow.
Hey, the one-armed guy.
I am an essential worker. I work for Oskar Schindler.
Surely he's got some kind of immunity, though, if he works for Schindler.
Look at the snow, look at the snow.
Damn.
I expect to be compensated.
The Jewish skilled worker had a place in Reich economics.
It's like they're doing it on purpose to like harass him.
Quite skilled.
His eye, every time you do this shot, his eye is so like a Terminator.
Zur Bordstelle.
Leave your luggage on the platform.
Oh, something happened to him.
Do not bring your baggage with you.
Oh, okay, so these are all the trains going to the camps then, right?
Clearly labeled.
Are they taking all of his workers?
Stern!
He's on the list. He would
I'm
not be on
talking
the
to a
list.
clerk. What is your name?
The list is correct, sir.
What is your name?
I feel like he's got all of this power, but he doesn't actually have the power. He's just really good at playing people.
I think I can guarantee you'll both be in southern Russia before the end of the month.
Stern! Stern! Itzhak, Stern!
Stern! Itzhak!
Man, they got barbed wire on the window things there.
Stern!
Herr Director,
Stop the train! He's here!
See, there's no basis to stop the train, like, only the way he's manipulated them.
What if I got here 5 minutes later? Then where would I be?
He reminds me of Andy Dufresne from Shawshank, the way he seems to have this plan in the back of his head that nobody else knows about and we don't know about, but it's always there. Like a reason and a purpose for everything he's doing. One time I was in the Imperial War Museum in Manchester, and there's all of these pictures of like the Jewish people, all of those pictures we just saw. They're all up on the walls, there's galleries, and you know, there's all these artifacts from when the Jewish people were taken. And then up quite high was a painting somebody had done, and it just said something like "fuck war." And this woman complained to the management because it said "fuck war," and she's surrounded by all of these atrocities. It was absolutely ridiculous. She was a twat.
The ghetto is liberty.
You will own nothing and you'll be happy about it.
The elderly and infirm mostly. Which is where you will want to start, huh?
freezing.
Oh, look at the skull on his head.
We expect a labor force of 25 to 30,000. Segregated, of course.
One of you is a very lucky girl.
You'll have to let me know what the skull badge is.
Don't really want someone else's maid.
Helen Hirsch.
Oh, that's Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
I think. He looks so young.
She says the foundation was brought wrong. She's got to take it down.
The entire foundation has to be torn down and repoured.
Oh man, they are going to shoot her.
You are an engineer.
Yes,
Shoot her.
it will take more than that.
I'm sure you're right.
I mean, at least it's quick.
Take it down, report it, rebuild it, like she said.
I mean, he's horrific in his position. You don't want, like, the people you're trying to oppress rising up, even if they're right.
Today is...
Just to be 100% clear, that was bad. I do not agree with it, okay? I know what some of you would like in the comments.
For 6 centuries, there has been a Jewish cracker. By this evening, they never happened.
See, this is what happens. They erase history, so nobody can question them when they do the same, you know, make the same mistakes in the future. So far, everything's happened in March.
No, I would like you to stop over there.
Yeah, he can't charm his way out of this one. I can't imagine they're going to take them away. It wouldn't be, like, efficient. So I'm guessing they're just going to murder everybody. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting them to do that. This has got a certain setup.
I told you I won't go in the sewers.
Oh, it's like a little mini respirator thing.
That line.
Oh, that kid's... Man, see... Oh, fucking hell. I was going to say, he just got those people killed, and he didn't even get away. But... Okay, so Schindler's List is a true story, it's just... It didn't happen like this. Okay. So I think that makes a big difference when you're watching a film, whether it, you know, if it's based on a true story or not. Has a lot more impact. Oh man, they're just going to kill all of those people because they're ill. Yeah, they're just going to hose them. Gonna shoot her as well.
As good as that. Women to the left, men to the right.
Ah, left. That would be deafening in there as well. Man, look at all these people. They've been segregated and killed and treated as lower class citizens just because they've got basically a different opinion.
Mila!
Oh, there's more than enough rules where...
Oh, that's clever.
Now, I've been given orders to clear the bundles from the road.
Damn, man, that worked.
Mrs. Dresner?
Yes.
See? They're basically getting their friends and family and neighbours to turn on them. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before.
Hide under the stairs. There's no one here.
Oh, she's going to get slotted. Oh, okay. Whew. I thought the Germans were going to see the little girl and kill her.
Hello, Adam. Hello, Danka. I will put you in the good line.
The good line to what? It's not a good line to die. Oh, there's the girl in the red. Maybe this is the turning point where he decides to save everybody. The fact that they took their time to line them up to save the bullets as well. It's pretty cold. I guess he was really all about the money then, up until now. They're going to shoot straight through the roof. Oh wow, they're inside the piano. I suppose you'd hide wherever you could. I wonder if this is why the Germans referred to them as rats, because they all hid underneath the floorboards and things. Or kind of like come crawling up the walls. I've always quite liked that horror and war contrast with like nice music. I think Tarantino does it.
All of it! Hell no!
They said this was a labor camp. Is it actually a concentration camp?
The worst is over. We are workers now.
Well, okay, maybe not. Just gonna shoot them for fun. Damn. I mean, it definitely had the intended effect. I wonder if we'll see Hitler.
Ghettos were used by bombed out.
See, how has he got to this position now? They destroyed his whole workforce, and now he's just turning up at their place.
Glad you could join us.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Julius. How are you? Good, good.
You lost weight.
Only in the shop.
He's definitely a swindler. Should be called Swindler's List.
You can work them all night.
So why have they moved to his factory, but killed all the people?
Everybody's gone.
They're not gone. They're here.
They're mine! Every day that goes by, I'm losing money. Every worker that is shot costs me money.
Like, he's going up against the SS and Gestapo and stuff. So he's got some balls to be tricking them into thinking, into making them think that he's like this really big important person.
Thank you.
That big black shadow down the middle is very intentional.
What you want is your own sub-camp.
You could make things easier for me.
There's Stan.
Yeah, where's Ben Kingsley?
In this camp, leaving you.
Oh, there he is.
Don't forget who you are working for now.
We need more wine! More wine! Stay my friend!
Touching my head. Don't think we have lice. Folks make them keep their distance. As opposed to individual payoffs to our SS contacts, the list is in the law drawer at my desk.
I'm still not getting that Schindler's a good guy yet. Or was he not? Have I got it completely wrong? And he just indirectly saved all these people by getting them work. Maybe I've got it wrong. I thought he was gonna, like, get them out or something.
What are you making?
Hinges, sir.
Make me a hinge.
Guess whoever's slowest gets killed.
Well, you're doing well, but I'm a bit confused that you've been working since, I think, what, about 6 this morning?
Oh, he hasn't made enough.
Yet, such a small pile of hinges.
I mean, surely at some point you're going to run out of people. It's got to be, like, inefficient and against, you know, like, their beliefs to just keep killing people all the time. It just makes their whole lives harder. And by that I mean it's nonsensical to keep doing it. Oh, wow.
I was put on to shoveling coal.
Is he just going to batter him or is he going to let him go? See, again, the camera's really low down, making everything look oppressive and overbearing. There's a lot of that in this.
Slowly, so the man can turn out the hinge in less than a minute. Why the long story?
Oh, okay. So you basically paid him off with the lighter to get the guy's name on the list to save.
Nobody knows who stole the chicken.
Thing is, if you don't say anything, he's going to kill you. If you own up to it, or you don't tell him anything, he's going to kill you anyway. That was pretty graphic. I think if it wasn't in black and white, they wouldn't have got away with that.
Still, nobody knows.
He won't die. He's showing balls.
You committed this crime.
No, sir.
But you know who, though?
Him!
Clever kid. And that took balls to do that.
Sir.
Thank you again, Herr Director.
You're welcome again.
So this must be the list starting to form. But I still don't get if he's going to save them or just get them work so they don't get killed.
I only need 5 minutes.
Speak to the Herr Director. He won't see you.
Yeah, she knows that he's a bit of a pimp.
They say that no one dies here. They say your factory is a haven.
My parents are in Warsaw. Their names are Hanna and Jakob Perlman.
I don't do that.
Cry and I will have you arrested. It's a haven for rabbis. And all
I like how they kept the echo in of the room.
No, I'm not losing money. That's not the point. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to me.
Bayevsky told me the other day somebody escaped from a work detail outside the wire. Gert lined up everybody from the missing command's barracks. He shot the man to the left of Bayevsky, the man to the right of him. He walked down the line shooting every other man with a pistol.
Perlman, husband and wife.
Jakob and Hanna Perlman!
I'm Schindler.
I'm Batman.
He beat me because I threw out the bones from dinner. Shot a woman who was passing by.
Some of it makes sense because somebody in that position would do that kind of thing to like control the people that they're oppressing. But it sounds like this guy is a bit of a maniac. He just likes to do it.
Control is power.
They fear us because we have the power to kill arbitrarily. It's not power, though. Power, and we have every justification to kill, and we don't. Pardons him. He lets
Yeah.
him go.
Then they live in fear for the rest of their lives.
That's power, Herman.
It's easier to control people who fear you. They're no good if they're dead. But if they're scared of you, you can get them to do whatever you want.
Ah!
sir.
Do you know how much the saddle is worth?
He probably doesn't, to be fair.
All right.
Wonder if he's going to learn from Schindler. Oh, cool, they got a playground.
She was smoking on the job. Tell her not to do it again.
I feel like he's changed more than Schindler has.
I have to report, sir. I've been unable to remove the stains from the bathtub.
Maybe he's going to try the Schindler way and then just go straight back to it. Killing people again.
Go ahead, go on, leave. I pardon you. I pardon you.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's just going to go back to his old ways. He's going to snipe that kid. Nah, no. Yeah, he got him. Damn. He had an effect on him for a bit, I guess.
This is where you come to hide from me. You really are. I would like so much to reach out and touch you in your loneliness.
He's going to have some, like, internal conflict then. If he's so against Jewish people, but he's, like, attracted to her, and obviously she's Jewish. So that's really going to, like, pickle his head. Probably make him lash out, kill some more people.
And they compare you to vermin and to rodents and to lice.
I like the cross cuts. It's not often you get a triple cross cut though.
On behalf of the workers, sir, I wish for you a happy birthday.
Oh, he will not like that. I think he's going to have them killed the next day.
The trains arrived. They were lined up in front of two big warehouses, and there they were made to undress. They shaved their hair, and signs that said bath and inhalation. SS gave them soap, and then they gassed them.
Yeah, I never knew how those worked. Like the showers that they went in. Was it actually a shower, or was it, like she said, it's just a trick?
What sense does it make to kill your own workforce?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. The people that can't work, you can see a reasoning why they'd get rid of them. But like just all of these people that are workers, it makes no sense to keep killing them. You know, this actually reminds me of the way Amazon works. They design their employment system so that people don't want to stay and that they have high turnover because they think it's more efficient to have new people coming in all the time. So that's kind of interesting, how the parallels between the Nazi camps and Amazon.
What's going on?
Got another shipment coming in. Hungarians? Yeah, Hungarians. They got to separate the sick from the healthy.
Oh my god. Separate the sick from the healthy. Okay, now. Oh, they're using it as makeup. That's a nice shot.
You can work. You can work. You can come.
This is quite Shawshanky as well, isn't it? I wonder what they do with the kids. They're too young to work. You can't really keep them around. Did they gas all the kids as well? I really should have paid more attention in history class.
Oh my God! You didn't see him. They're hiding. I'm telling you, they're hiding.
Okay, that was close. Just that sudden realization of what was happening. Oh no way! Not in the toilet. Oh, I suppose you die or you go in there. There's already kids in there. That girl's still alive, though. It's good to see that she's still...
Another beautiful day.
It's nice to see the women Nazi soldiers. They're really packed in, aren't they? And you got the contrast between the water and them, like, dying in the boxes.
You say we get your fire hoses out here and hose down the cars. Thank you. Come on. Try and reach the far end.
He's getting suspicious. This Schindler guy is not what I expected.
All right, sure. It's a nice day. I'll go for a drive with you.
Oh, where's he taking him?
What about you?
I kissed a Jewish girl.
Did your brick fall off?
He doesn't seem worried or bothered about it.
He likes good-looking women. He sees a beautiful woman, he doesn't think.
Is that snow or ash? Yeah, it's ash. Damn. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Department D orders Goeth to exhume and incinerate the bodies of more than 10,000 Jews killed at Plaszow and the Krakow Ghetto Massacre. Why? If they're already dead and buried, why would you dig them up and burn them? Whoa. That's insane. Literally just on like a conveyor belt. I mean, it's good that they're already dead. They're not like alive being put in there, but it's so over the top.
Can you believe this? The party's over, Oscar. They're closing us down, sending everybody to Auschwitz.
I've never been to Auschwitz. I probably should go one time. Hey, there's red on that one. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, so that's the girl from earlier. He recognizes her.
I've done what I came here for. I've got more money than any man can spend in a lifetime.
Hey, that song was covered by Lisa Simpson on the Simpsons album in like, oh man, it must be like 1991. I had that album. My dad got it when he was away with the forces in like Austria or somewhere.
You want these people?
These people. My people. I want my people. I'll compensate you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good for the army.
Every time they talk, there's a big black barrier in the middle when they're doing a one-to-one. It happened when they were in that room talking and there's a big black shadow down the middle. It's like they're both like flicking to each other's sides.
No, 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 no. What's one worth to you?
Holder, Pfefferberg, Miller, Pfefferberg, Paulstegel, Doctor.
Who remembers all their names?
The children. All the children. 400. More.
600.
More. We could relocate them in something like safety in Moravia.
You're buying them, you're buying it.
Really goes to show you the power that money gets you. I mean, if he's buying them, then he kind of owns them, so that good guy shouldn't just randomly kill them for no reason like before.
The list is alive.
There's one more name I want to put there. I'll never find a maid as well trained as her at Brilnitz.
No.
You'll have to pay him more.
No, I want her to come back to Vienna with me. I want to grow old with her.
He's going to kick off and kill somebody if he keeps thinking like this. He's like torn. He's supposed to hate the Jews, but now he's in love with one. And he's crazy. Stephen, what are you doing?
What is it you said for him? 14,800.
Our son.
Yitzhak Stern. Holdek and Mila Pfefferberg.
It's good how we're seeing all the same people.
Adam Levy.
Hey, he was the naughty one. Oh, and him. That must be bad, like, all the things that they've done. And now they're being put back with all the Jewish people, knowing what they've done to all their friends. Unless it's a trick. It wouldn't be a trick, would it? And they're taking him to the camps anyway. No, it can't be, because the whole film's about him saving people. That looks like a toy. Okay, Schindler's hometown. Czechoslovakia.
The prisoners, however,
Excuse me.
they would have rather been somewhere else.
The train with the women has already left Płaszów and will be arriving here very shortly.
I feel like something's going to happen. They're going to go in the wrong place or something.
What do you like?
Yeah, something's not right. Yeah, damn. They're crazy. Just by seeing the name of where they're going, we already know what's going to happen. I wonder if they'll do it on the train or get them off the train first. Oh, is that the... What do you even call them? What are they like? Ovens? Ovens sounds like the wrong word.
Mama, where are we?
Oh no, she's made it like this far.
They're in Auschwitz. The train was never routed here.
Was it actually a mistake though? I don't think it was a mistake. I think they did it on purpose. Yeah, oh, they know what's going to happen as well, don't they? Because the story about the soap. Now they know the stories that they heard were real. Oh, in the dark as well. So they are like shower things then. You'll have to explain to me the whole shower gas thing. Like they hate the Jews, so it wouldn't make any sense to make them happy before they die. Wait, they're not dead. They must be going into the ovens then. No. I'm so confused. I heard about the showers, like in history. I assumed it was like a room like that, but it was like the gas came out in liquid form and then vaporized, but I guess they were actual showers. So I mean those ones get burnt alive? Man, that was a bait and switch. Really made you feel for them, even though all they were doing was literally having a shower. That's good filmmaking.
Mistake has been made. We are not supposed to be here.
Who is Oscar Schindler?
Why do you think I can help you?
Money. Yeah. Yeah, see, he's playing people.
I have a shipment coming in tomorrow. Cut you 300 units from it. These are fresh.
He's talking about people.
What are you doing? These are mine.
He always manages to get them just in time.
55mm shell casing.
That's a tiny finger. Ah, at least they made it.
If you shoot without thinking, you go to prison.
I get paid.
Ah, she's back. So he's settling down with one woman now then.
Exactly.
You must be Mrs. Schindler.
This is my wife, Steph.
They don't have wedding rings on though. You'd assume they would have, because he's got so much money.
There's a rumor you've been going around miscalibrating the machine.
If this factory ever produces a shell that can actually be fired, I'll be very unhappy. It is Friday, isn't it? You should be preparing for the Sabbath.
I was going to say, Friday is like a Sabbath, where you only get to wear blue and white. If you're Jewish, you'll have to tell me about that, the whole blue and white thing. We're getting colour back now. Oh, they're not happy, are they? For the 7 months it was fully operational, Schindler's Brinlitz munitions factory was a model of non-production. During the same period, he spent millions of Reichmarks to sustain his workers and bribe Reich officials.
Do you have any money?
He seems nervous.
Am I broke?
Yesterday morning,
Oh, it's the end of the war. End of the war.
of unconditional surrender of all German land.
The war is over.
6 long years of murder. I'm a member of the Nazi Party. I'm a profiteer of slave labor. I know you have received orders from our commandant to dispose of the population of this camp. Or you could leave, return to your families as men.
I think the leader guy is going to shoot somebody, maybe himself.
Thank you.
Ah! Are they making a present for Schindler, maybe? Like a wedding ring? Or for his wife? Whoa, he's tiny.
Every worker has signed it.
It says whoever saves one life saves the world entire. I could have got more. Oscar, there are 1,100 people who are alive with what you did.
Why did I keep the car? 10 people right there. Could have got one more person. And I didn't.
Oh my god, I thought they were all dead. Jesus. I thought that was just like loads of dead bodies.
You have been liberated by the Soviet army.
Yeah, I don't think so, mate.
Where should we go?
Don't go east, that's for sure. They hate you there.
That must be that whole Israel-Palestine thing, I guess. That'll set the comments off. Oh, I wondered what happened to him. Himmelgriff was arrested while a patient in a sanatorium at Bad Tolls. He was hanged in Krakow. I only recently learned that sanatoriums were they're basically hospices where people go to die when they're sick. Oskar Schindler failed at his marriage and... these go so quick! In 1958, he was declared a righteous person by the Council of the Yad Vashem in Jerusalem and invited to plant a tree in the Avenue of the Righteousness. Righteous. Oh, they're the real people. Oh, wow. Oh, is that the girl? Wait, are these... That one. That woman must be the girl. Oh, wow, she survived. Why do they put the rocks down? I'm guessing it's like the actor and the real person. Oh, no, he didn't make it. Whoa, that's her. That's really his wife. That thing is going to be covered in rocks. There are fewer than 4,000 Jews left alive in Poland today. Is that true? Especially in 2021? 6 million Jews. I mean, they weren't murdered, were they? They were slaughtered. Okay, guys, that was Schindler's List. Well, okay, guys, that was Schindler's List. Definitely not what I was expecting. As I said at the start, I thought Schindler was a bad guy, and it was a list of, I guess, like a generic list of just all the people that were being killed. Obviously, synopsis told me it wasn't. I said it was based on a novel, which turns out it's based on a true story. And I had a quick look on Wikipedia. No, where did I look? I looked on somewhere, but it said that it's a true story, but it's not quite accurate to the film, or the film's not quite accurate to what really happened. But it's pretty amazing to see. It's not the kind of film I particularly like in terms of style. I don't like film noir and that black and white type thing. I'm not a fan of that, but that's just not the kind of thing I'm into. But it was well made. It was Spielberg, and Spielberg's fantastic. But I think the big thing with it was that it was the way it depicted the Holocaust, and it was like a very harrowing and, I guess, true to life depiction of what happened. And I think that's where most of the impact of the film comes from. It was more a film of substance than art, if that makes sense. I told you I was dead inside, so, it wasn't a big reaction. But, it did get me, or it nearly got me a couple of times. It's usually just seeing the realization of things. Even at the end, when you saw the real people, there's little things like that get me more than anything, I mean, I think these days we've been desensitized to so much horrific stuff, especially with the internet. So seeing all those bodies on the conveyor belt go into the pit and it was all on fire, like that was absolutely horrific. But you see so much of that kind of thing faked on TV and film now that it probably didn't have the same impact that it would have had in like 1993. And I think the other thing as well is when you do things in black and white, it distances the viewer, it distances the audience from the subject. It's a common film making technique, so it does sort of like disassociate you a little bit from that. But that said, I think it was definitely the right style, because we've all seen from the history books those exact pictures in black and white, you know, in history class, and, you know, whenever you look at literature and things like that. So I think it helped it helped the audience identify with what was happening, because we could associate it with the pictures that we've seen of the real events and things like that. I should have made some notes really, but it made it a lot easier. There's a few, I think we saw the people, I guess the people who lived at the end. So I actually thought about this as I was watching it, how from a filmmaking perspective, it would have had a bigger impact if we saw those people that we kept seeing all the way through the film, those familiar people, if we saw some of those people die, because you grow attached to them, and then the filmmakers take them away from you, and it has a big impact. But because they were real people and it's based on a true story and we see them at the end, I appreciate you couldn't really do that. I did feel certainly in the first half of the film there were a lot of parallels with what is happening in society today with the whole outbreak and everything. I know the comment section is probably going to be carnage with people taking things I said completely out of context. People still have a go that I laugh that Forrest Gump gets his leg stuck in a drain. You know, people just can't help themselves sometimes. But when you look at the way people were segregated, they had their neighbours and their friends turn on them. You even had that little boy, that little Adam, I think his name was. He was just a little boy, and he was turned against all of, you know, his friends and family and that little girl that he fancied. And the guy who ended up becoming a police officer, or the sort of like an enforcer guy. You know, these are all people who turned, or who the Germans got those people to turn on each other, if that makes sense. You know, a lot like what's happening now. So even though people are gonna, you know, you won't all agree, and people will probably be offended and all that kind of bullshit, there are similarities between what happened, particularly in the start of this film, and what's happening now. You had people being segregated by health status, people who had to carry passports around with them, ID cards and papers that had to be checked all the time. You know, people weren't allowed to do this and they weren't allowed to do that unless they had special papers or special permissions, or they followed the certain rules and things like that. So there are actually a lot of parallels. So just hopefully things aren't going to get that bad ever again, because needless to say, that was absolutely horrific. Schindler though, yeah, I didn't really get him. He was just a businessman. He seemed like he was a guy who just seemed to talk his way into situations and into social circles. Like, you never really got a sense of him being, he was actually important. It seemed like he was really good at blagging his way to get what he wanted. Oh, and the other thing as well was, what always baffled me about the Second World War and the Holocaust is, from the German perspective, if you wanted to make a super race, or you wanted efficiency in that, there'd be a reason to kill people who are in wheelchairs or disabled or sick or ill. There's a reason to it. But I've never understood why you would kill Jews. Why would you just kill Jewish people? Like, there's nothing wrong with them. They've just got a different opinion. It didn't make any sense. That's never made any sense to me at all. And then especially from an economic standpoint, I was wondering why you would just keep killing so freely, just killing all of your workers, you know? When you take it, again, people are going to take this completely out of context, but when you consider it from the Germans' business point of view, you've got all these workers in, and then you start just randomly killing them. They're not doing the work you need to be done. You've got the whole logistics of dealing with having already, you know, having killed those people. It doesn't make sense from, you know, from a business point of view either, you know? But then it got me thinking that I might have cut it out. If I haven't cut it out, then I'll just say it again. But when you consider Amazon has a employment design, I guess, or employment concept, where they want people out. You know, they don't want people to stay in Amazon for long. You know, this is a well-known process, or, you know, a design of Amazon, is that they want high staff turnovers, because Amazon feels that if people are in a job too long, they get comfortable, they get lazy, and they're not efficient. So there was massive parallels between the way the labor camps were worked and the way that Amazon operates as well. So again, there's so many things that you can identify today that happened, you know, in the 1940s, which is crazy, really. And it really blows your mind that people are actively trying to destroy history, burn the books, pull the statues down, and trying to erase all of these things that happened in the past because they're happening again now, you know? And I think that people are trying to do this, they're trying to erase the past so they can do these things again. And people, you know, a 2-year-old today, when they grow up and they're 20 years old, they're not going to be able to look in a history book and say, hey, what this politician's doing is just like what happened in this history book. I don't think it's a good idea. They won't be able to do that because right now people are erasing all those, you know, those literary documents, the pictures, the statues, you know, they're erasing history. So it's just going to give the next people literally just a blank canvas to do the whole lot again, and nobody's going to question it because nobody will know any better. I'm sure there was loads of other things that popped into my head during that, but I've been rambling for nearly 10 minutes now, so I'll cut it off there. But as always, if you've got any trivia, any information, leave that in the comments below. I'm sure I asked loads of questions all the way through. Thinking back, I was asking about... No. Somebody's going to go nuts about that. What's the significance of blue and white clothes on the Sabbath, on the Friday? So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it lived up to expectations. Like I said, I'm dead inside, but it did get a little bit of juice out of me. If you found any of the comments I made uncomfortable, all I ask is you take just a couple of minutes just to think about what I was saying. You know, don't just fly off the handle because I said, oh, it looks really cold, you know, when there are people being killed next to them, you know. Obviously that's horrific. I was making a comment about a specific thing. So I'd appreciate if, you know, just if you got any comments like that, feel free to add them. Just take a moment to try and understand what it was I was trying to say. So thanks again, guys, for watching. We're nearly 1,000 subs. If we can get to 1,000, I think it's only about 50, 55 more. We'll be able to get the polls going. We'll get the posts, the interaction. That when there's delays like this, I can let you know. So that'd be great. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, share it around, and I'll see you in the next one.